You're going to talk to us about some of the reactions to those terror attacks we've seen here in Paris in the world of culture, starting with the photograph that's become the symbol of Sunday's massive unity march.
That's right, and it's a photograph taken by the Frenchman Stéphane Mahe for the news agency Reuters. It shows a man holding a giant pencil during the unity march on Sunday. The man, incidentally, in the photo, holding the pencil is called Charles, interestingly enough. With the pencil, the French flag and the statue, it really captures the mood very perfectly, really. It's been published all over the world on front pages, all over the internet, and it's been named Le Crayon Guidant le Peuple, which in English translates as the pencil guiding the people. And that, of course, is in reference to the Eugene Delacroix painting called Liberty Leading the People, which was painted in the 1800s to commemorate a French revolt.
And over the last few days, many people have found themselves drawing inspiration and hope from the famous French writer and philosopher Voltaire.
That's right. Well, some say he's the greatest champion of free speech in France, if not in the world. Centuries before the attack in Paris, he was defending people's right to offend, which obviously caused lots of trouble back then as well. He's widely credited with the famous quote you can see there: "I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it." And we've seen that bandied about a lot over the past week. His unorthodox views on many topics, including organised religion, often got him into trouble back then. So for many, there's no better way, really, to affirm this support of freedom of expression than to pick up a copy of a book from by Voltaire. Now, in the past week, his book called The Treatise on Tolerance from 1783 has become a bestseller again, quite unbelievably. It calls for tolerance between religions, and it's about the trial of a father accused of killing his son because his son wanted to convert from being a Protestant to being a Catholic.
And now to a fitting film that was shown at the Cannes Film Festival and it's being re-released in France tomorrow.
That's right. It's called Cartoonists, Foot Soldiers of Democracy. It's directed by Stephanie Volo-Atto, and I bet when they thought of the title for that film, they didn't realise how poignant it would be just 6 months later. Now, it looks at 12 political cartoonists from 12 countries around the world, all of them facing personal risks because of the work they do. It was originally out last year, but it was shown on television the day after the attacks here in France, and it's being re-released tomorrow in 50 cinemas around the world. The Danish cartoonist Kurt Westergaard is one of the people who appears in the film. He's someone who's actually survived several murder attempts because he has drawn cartoons of Mohammed. Let's have a taster of the film now.
Cartoon is a visual metaphor. It isn't just news, it's a warning.
Tous ici, on pense en images. Notre vraie première langue, c'est pas l'arabe, c'est pas le français, c'est pas l'anglais, c'est l'image.
Un dessinateur de presse est avant tout un provocateur.
Film, I think, will mean a lot more to people now.
I'm sure it will. I'll have to check it out. Now, Luc Besson, the French director, he's addressed France's Muslim community in an open letter. Tell us more about that.
That's right. He's written a letter in the French newspaper Le Monde, and he urged the disenfranchised young people to pick up pens instead of guns. He said, "In working, studying, taking up a pencil rather than a Kalashnikov, democracy offers you the tools to defend yourself. It costs €250 to buy a Kalashnikov, but it's only €3 to buy a pen," he says, "and your response will have 1,000 times more impact." In the article we just saw written in French on the screen, he also asked the French government to come up with solutions to help alienated youth.
Now, your guest today in your Encore show is the American author Matthew Thomas, and he took part in the Unity March on Sunday.
That's right. He arrived Sunday morning, and despite having a knee operation just several weeks ago, he took part in the march and walked for 3 hours, I think he said. He's in Paris for a book tour, and his debut novel, We Are Not Ourselves, has just been translated into French. Now, as a New Yorker, he lived through the September 11th attacks, and he said he's honoured to be here at a time of such unity in France, and he feels very touched by what's happened over the past week. Let's have a listen.
It certainly puts me in mind of what's truly important in the sense that much like after 9/11 in New York, there's a lot of reflection that happens when something like this occurs. And it's very difficult, I think, for anyone to put one's own interests first at a time like this. it just feels like we're all participating in something right now that's sort of a lot larger than any of us individually. So I feel grateful to be here at a time like this and to be able to witness this firsthand.
Those attacks affecting so many people all over the world. And you can see more of my interview with Matthew Thomas at 5:15 Paris time on Encore.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Eve.